Hi, my name's Ruby Wax, and I'm here at Mumsnet to talk about my book, which is called A Mindfulness Guide for the Frazzled. I am a resident of Frazzledom, so I am an expert on this particular region, and I'm going to be talking to you about family, babies, kids, teenagers, mothers, schools, and how to use it at work. First of all, let me just say, none of us know about babies when they come into the world. There is no how to change a nappy university or how to burp a kid. So don't blame yourself if you make mistakes. But when it develops its own personality, it's really important that you don't project your own personality onto them and think this is a photocopy of you. The important thing is to be curious and to pay attention. If you're curious, you're lowering all the adrenaline in your mind because you're focused. Your mind isn't rambling, I'm not doing this right, this is a terrible thing, I'm not a good mother. Really be curious about everything it does. And make sure that if you're in a bad mood or you're starting to go into high anxiety, remember to lower your tone, don't frighten it, and keep your facial muscles. You don't have to fake it because it smells a phony, but really listen. Again, it's focusing that calms you down. Look at its eyes, look at its facial expression, and if you stay in that state, you won't project your depression, your anger, all your luggage is not being passed to the baby. Now we're talking about children. Again, they're individuals. Listen to them, maybe ask them, because what you want to do is start training their attention. So maybe on the way to school you could say, how many clouds can you count? Not I see with my little eye, but I hear with my little ear, so he gets used to paying attention. That's what you're training him. The minute you can do that, he can calm his own system down. He learns to self-regulate. So it's all about how many teachers smiled at you today, what did the food taste like, just always the curiosity. So he really tunes into his senses. It might be an idea that if you're reading to your child at night, you might say, okay, now tell me your story. And just listen to how he sees the world and let him be creative, because you're really going to learn a lot about how he sees the world. Or even if they're playing with their toys, just maybe make one mommy and make one daddy, or just watch how he sees the family. Again, you learn from your child. Just like when the baby develops, the teenage mind is completely different. That doesn't mean you go along with it, but power is knowledge. So at this point, it doesn't have a part of its brain that gives it restraint or self-reflection or even, a way to understand, don't go past this boundary. So understand that certain things come with the teenager. Risk-taking, they all do, because they need to check the boundaries. Social acceptance, you're not that important anymore. You are as redundant as, rubbish. You're a total humiliation to your kid like I am to mine. That happens, okay? Just understand that's what's supposed to happen. Also, he's going to have those mood swings because, as you know, the testosterone kicks in, the estrogen kicks in, so it's going to be wild in there. The important thing is you hold your own emotions. Don't engage, keep your tone down. If you're really losing it because he's going, it's your fault, it's not fair, you don't want to get in the blame game, leave the room, calm down, breathe, do some mindfulness, follow your breath, feel your feet on the ground. It lowers your cortisol. It's proven scientifically. You can see it in a brain scanner. Automatically your heartbeat comes down. Now go in, because we work like neural Wi-Fi. He'll catch it. If you're angry, he's angry. So some of the things you can do with him is, usually you say, how are you? They grunt. Or okay, maybe on a good day. What I did once is you put a little plate on the refrigerator with different emotions, because there's more than two. And maybe when he gets up, he can take the little pointer and it's rage, nothing to do with you, or anxiety or hatred, whatever it is. And maybe you have one too, and you can set where you are emotionally. So at least you understand that's his state. It's got nothing to do with you. And he learns to name it, to tame it. He learns this is anger, this is so-and-so, and he learns not to blame the other person for his feelings. It's his. So it really is about learning a little bit of mindfulness yourself and understanding how the brain develops, just a tiny bit. You don't have to do it 20 minutes sitting on a gluten-free cushion, as I said. It's just a few minutes especially when you start to get into the blame game or you're losing it because your kid is losing it. It's really about cooling your system, pulling the brakes. You won't do it perfectly, but at least you tried.